Making color blends is foundational to many techniques in polymer clay, and it's one of the first things many of us learn when we first start working with this medium. However, it can be kind of time-consuming. Today I have for you a tool that will help save you a little bit of time and figuring in making your polymer clay blends. Hi there, Sandy here. Welcome to another Friday Findings video at keepsakecrafts.net. So Samantha from Jessima Tutorials sent me one of her sets of cutters. She has lots of beautiful decorative shapes, but this isn't one of them. This is more of a tool. These are her Skinner Blend triangles. Now, do you absolutely need these to make Skinner blends? No. But they really do speed things up, and they help save you a bit of figuring. So the way this works is there are 9 templates going anywhere from a 2-part blend to a 10-part blend. You can purchase these individually or the whole set at her Etsy shop, and I'll have a link to that up here at my blog post or down here in the description. The way this works is she designed these to work with the average width of a pasta machine, which is 16 centimeters. Now if you look at all of these triangles, they are all isosceles triangles, which means 2 sides are the same length. So what you want to do, if you've got the whole set and you're trying to figure out which is which, you want to place them so the 2 identical sides are pointing away from you. And this measurement that she gave on this little card, which is helpful, you could just size them from smallest to largest. This is the measurement she gives here. So for this one, number 10, this is 3.3 centimeters. This will give you a 10-part blend, and I'll show you more about that. That's if you have the whole set to sort it out. I also took a minute with a Sharpie and just wrote the numbers on these to help. I don't know that I've ever actually made a 10-part blend before, but you'll find this useful for other things. So let me show you a little bit more about it. Let's start with a 3-part blend. So I have some clay rolled out on the thickest setting of my pasta machine. You'll find it helpful to use a roller to roll over these to get a nice clean cut. Although it does not have to be perfect, but that kind of works for all of her cutters. And you simply repeat to cut out the correct number of triangles that you want to blend together. In this case, I'm cutting out red, blue, and yellow because I'm going to make a rainbow blend, something I don't do very often. It's got a nice sharp edge on the bottom, but it's very shallow, so I just found it so much easier to kind of roll or press over with a roller. While I'm working on this, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to those of you who are my patrons. I so appreciate your support. It means the world to me. I don't know that this YouTube video would still be up without the support of my patrons. So if you enjoy my videos, you might consider supporting me at whatever level works for you. And remember that patrons have the opportunity to get up to 2 bonus tutorials every month. There are lots of different ways of making blended clay. There's the teardrop method. Often I just grab up a wad of clay and kind of shape it into a rough triangle. I don't even bother making it perfect. Now you can place these together in order to make your blend. The order on these really doesn't matter because we're doing a rainbow. Now there are 2 ways to deal with the ends to make them straight. First of all, if you want some of your pure color, what you can do is offset these a little bit so that this stripe in the middle here will be all a solid of the blue. There won't be any red or yellow mixed into this part. For this one, I am going to cut off a triangle on this end. And I'm going to leave that little tiny bit of the pure red color and bring it over to this end, leaving a little bit of that pure yellow color. And that is your blend. Now let's take a look. Here's our one that's 16 centimeters wide. So having that little bit of offset makes your blend wider. So you may have to just kind of squish it in a little if you do that. Then to make your blend, here's a trick for you. First, roll over it lightly with your acrylic roller to start to meld those seams. But if you've made blends before, you know they have a tendency to fall apart at the seams on you. So what you can do is before you even send it through the pasta machine, cut it in half across all the colors. Flip these up, because this is what you would be doing on the pasta machine anyways, folding it, and roll. And now those aren't going to fall apart on you as you pick them up and bring them to your pasta machine. And if it's a little wide, you can just kind of press a little bit. Send this through your pasta machine, fold and repeat as many times as you need, just as in any Skinner blend. And if you need to know the basics, I'll link to a video that will tell you that. It's basically a matter of sending it through the pasta machine to flatten it out a bit, and then you fold it in half and send it through again, and you keep repeating until all of your colors have blended together nicely, which is what I have done here. The nice thing about having these templates is that you don't have to do the math to figure out how to have a blend that is the same width of your pasta machine. You know, if you're going to do 3 colors, you use the number 3 triangle. If you want to blend more colors than 3, up to 10 as the templates go, then you can go ahead and do that. You can pick any colors. Now, one of the things that I thought this would be very useful for is those times when you only need a small amount of blend and you don't want it to get as wide as your pasta machine, which is what the blends tend to do. Whatever width it is, when you put it in, it tends to end up filling the whole width of the machine, which can be a pain to then reduce down again. So this could be a real time saver in that it will keep your blend to the width you want it, and you can also make other blends while you're at it, so you can really be efficient. So I've got these 7 colors that I just kind of randomly picked out of my scrap bin. I'm going to cut number 7 triangles from each of them. So here are my 7 triangles. Time to put them together in whatever order you want. And just like as before, you can offset these to have some areas of pure color or not. It's entirely up to you. You just place them together, keeping in mind, of course, that you're going to get, you know, purple here and a different shade here. Now, I mentioned that there are 2 ways that you can deal with the ends. One is to put a triangle from the other end on. The other way is to put a triangle from the same end. So you just cut this and flip it around. If you've offset your triangles, your blend might be a little wide and you might just want to cut it off like that. Let's see where we're at. So that is actually just a tiny bit under. It will spread to fill. If you have an 18 centimeter pasta machine, then it will spread, but only 2 centimeters, so not too much. Then you proceed as before. So like I said, this is a great way to save time and be a little bit more efficient in making your blends. Because let's say I just needed maybe these 3 colors, the magenta and pink and white. But I use a lot of blues and greens, which is true, I do. And so I just grab these other colors from my scrap bin and I can blend them. Then I don't have to worry about my blend getting too wide. And when I'm done, I have extra blend like this. So I have all of this over here already blended and in my stash and ready to use for another project. So I think a very efficient use of one's time. So do you absolutely need these to make Skinner blends? No, of course not. But are they really useful and helpful? Yes, absolutely. They definitely are helpful and useful and will speed things up. If you hate math and hate trying to figure out, then these are terrific because the math is all done for you. So thank you so much to Samantha from Jessima Designs and Jessima Tutorials for sending along these templates for me. I will definitely be getting a lot of use out of them in the future.